colleagues in the People's Coalition, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is meant to be a stress-free occasion. So just shake around and say, this is no serious business. And just greet the person next to you, because I think you should. If there's somebody you don't know, please don't leave. Your Excellency, the Australian High Commissioner just met Philip Kisia and Dr. Farouk Chowdhury, my friend, the High Commissioner of Cyprus, call it Kypros. I greeted him, Kalispera. That's like my second country, and thank you, Your Eminence, for coming. Thank you all. These are my reflections. Of course, they can't be exhaustive. But before I do make a few remarks in that regard, I just received a telephone call from Fred Matiang'i. He was supposed to be here, and our brother Senator Richard Onyonka, are you still there? Senator Richard, he's right there. Please come so people see this tall, kissy man. There's something trending in the social media. Remember that speech. And it was amazing. Thank you, Richard, for being here. Our brother Fred has asked you to be here because he's on a long call with the World Bank in Washington. He's still out there until later in the year. And our friend Rigathi Gachagua could be on the way. And so let me start also by apologizing. In fact, we have my sister Sally Kosgei's name on the printed list, printed program. I was meant to have gone to have tea with her before coming here. And I think my team were very, very excited that Dr. Sally Kosgei, who has worked for me for longest in the world of diplomacy, would have wanted to be here. And I'm sure after this, I'm going for my cup of tea with Sally. So as I listened to my colleagues and friends, I was wondering whether they are talking about me, actually. Yeah, look at you. Were you really talking about me? A guy from Muna in Sekuru. After Wamonyoro last Sunday, we all decided the next stop should be Sekuru. There's a village called Muna. And Muna actually means when you get to Muna, you get completely helped. You turned around. Your fortunes turned around. It's always nice to hear positive feedback from friends and colleagues, and I truly well appreciate it. I'm thrilled to see all of you here tonight. You've endured both Nairobi's traffic and weather. Nairobi weather is becoming like British weather. You meet a British man, they ask you, how is the weather today? Nairobi weather is becoming pretty much like the British weather. Thank you for trying, and you've all made it. That's your decision to join me this evening. Speaks volumes. Your Excellencies, party leaders, members of Parliament, members of the 4th and 5th Estates, dear friends, colleagues, and family. A month ago, on April the 10th, I quietly marked 20 years of diplomacy and 40 years of political dialogue. You've seen, you've seen that. My head was full of good hair when it started. To my wife, Pauline, who is watching, thank you for being my life partner and my soulmate. You're the perfect description of that lady in Proverbs 31:25, 'She's clothed,' I quote, 'with strength and dignity. She can love as the days to come, at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness.'" My wife Pauline, those of you know, have been really hard working at the central bank for so many years. She's now retired, but she makes sure, even from her sick bed, the young ones behave. I'll very shortly point out some of them to you. To you guys present, my sons and my daughters, Kennedy and Doreen. Where are you, Kennedy and Doreen? out there, all right? Kevin, is Kevin in the house? We're supposed to get here. He has a big day on Saturday. He's getting wedded to Sharon. Not Victor, Victor Swanya, Sharon got married, but to Sharon. My daughter Damari and my son Martin, I don't know whether they are here. They must be trying to get here. Some of you remember that Damari got married in December to that wonderful young man from Kirinyaga, Martin Nyaga. And Klein, who has been jumping around here. Klein Mairu. Where's Klein? Yeah. You know, Klein, I want to say this. As I said before, I went to Parliament a bachelor. And I had a very, very difficult decision to make because I wanted to get married very quickly in '85. My sister, when I appeared before you, looked timid. I'm not quite sure whether I was married yet because I was not in Parliament. I was still a bachelor. So these young people have known just a political father. But balancing these things can be very difficult. When I made the decision to join elective politics 40 years ago, as I mentioned, it was not even 40 years because I lost in 1983 at the snap election, as you may have seen. And people thought I was like a mad young man. But then I'm reminded of the TikTok conversation we had a few days ago. If you hear somebody, a man or woman, saying, I'm not mad, please notice those are the first signs of mental illness. My armor at the time consisted of God's cloak, a law degree, my soon-to-be wife and life partner Pauline, and a burning desire to accomplish something worthwhile for my people. I stress my people because my world then was people of Kitui North. The previous speakers, as well as the documentary, have highlighted many facets of my diplomatic experience and political discussion. As a result, I will not belabor them any further. Nonetheless, I would like to thank everyone whose faith and conviction in my abilities propelled me to this incredible position. I will always be grateful for the privilege to serve for 28 years as Member of Parliament of Kitui North, as it then was, and Mwingi North, the longest serving after Presidents Daniel Arap Moi and Mwai Kibaki as Minister in 5 substantial